Hey guys, Justin Woodruff with Ready Roofing Company here. I'm with Mark from CertainTeed.
Yep.
And I'm here at Win the Storm in Arizona, and I'm going to ask Mark a few questions about CertainTeed.
Yep.
You know that we gonna bump it. Hey, y'all ain't ready. Blaze up the whole damn city. Whoa, nah.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. I'm happy to be here. A great show, lots of interesting vendors, lots of interesting people from all over the country. So it's always good to meet new people, and I get interested in seeing all the new stuff that comes out from other people as well. So I've been in this business for 23 years, and I love to see the new stuff coming out all the time.
Nice.
So
I tell you what trips me up is all the technology that's here.
Oh, yeah.
All the cool new stuff that's coming out is just phenomenal.
oh yeah, it makes you be able to run your company more efficient with every turn.
Absolutely.
Yeah, from just how you're dealing with the property owners to down to monitoring every job and making sure that quality control remains at the highest level.
Yep, absolutely. Well, cool. I got a few questions for you here. Hoping you could answer them. Pretty basic stuff.
Sure.
What makes CertainTeed different from other shingle companies?
CertainTeed is the largest building products manufacturer in North America. We've been making shingles longer than anybody else, over 120 years now. We were the first ones that actually are born in St. Louis. That's where we started making. We were the first ones out of any other manufacturer here that started making roofing products. So we've been doing it the longest. We've had the most practice at it, and that's why we feel that we're the best. Not only that, from a product standpoint, you talked about the higher end, the Grand Manners, Highland Slate, all of the higher end type products. For years and years and years, CertainTeed was the only manufacturer that even went to that thing. Now there's a bunch of other copycats and knockoffs and this, that, and the other thing, but we've been doing it forever.
Yeah.
And we've kind of been looking forward into the future of roofing and saw that those higher end, those luxury products, the slate lookalikes, the wood shake lookalikes, we saw that those products, to have a asphalt based product that emulated one of those natural products was a probably better thing to look at from an economic standpoint for the property owner and from a longevity standpoint. Let's face it, the way that the asphalt shingles are made now, they can last you forever if put on right and taken care of.
Sure.
Of course, maintained. Maintenance is part of it too.
Yeah, like a car.
Yeah, absolutely.
So CertainTeed's been around a long time, and I know you guys actually have a plant near us in Oxford, North Carolina.
That's right. The interesting about that Oxford plant, that is the highest producing single location manufacturing facility in the United States. Any other manufacturer, that's our biggest, not only our biggest, but kicks out more shingles than any other plant in the country, any other manufacturer.
Right in my home state, North Carolina. I didn't know that.
And that services, the next closest plant is Georgia. We got one in southern Georgia, and then one up in New England, and one over in Ohio. So the Oxford plant kind of takes care of the Carolinas, a little bit of Tennessee. So it really is just that island right there. Now we do make some specialty products out of there. Some of our ridge cap is made from there and transported across the country as well. We only make it there and have to bring it somewhere. But that's only because we have the capacity there to be able to do that. So, and I don't remember when that plant was built or how old it is, but it's been there for quite some time.
Well, it seems like CertainTeed has a lot of history, and you seem to be quite proud of that too. Which is it's always neat to hear. In fact, I'm a big history buff, like World War II and things like that. So it's just cool to hear the history you're talking about. And with the plant being in North Carolina, I think I need to take Rich up on his tour invite.
Go up and check it out. I've been in this business for 23 years. Spent 5 of it as a contractor as well. And I've been to a lot of different manufacturing facilities. And, where it's kind of going in the future, I remember back in the 90s going through a plant and seeing it, just being wowed about the technologies they have there.
Yeah.
Fast forward 2 decades, and it's, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's way
they've
different.
got all kinds of fancy computers and technology and all kinds of stuff. And when you look at how many shingles and how fast a manufacturing facility, basically a production line, can kick out shingles, the finite quality margin of error in each one of the shingles is so minute that they can kick out that much product that fast and keep the specs that tight. It's absolutely amazing. You couldn't do that without the advances that they have today.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. You should.
Yeah, I am definitely going to tour that plant for sure. Especially with it being so close. I have relatives in Oxford, so that's really neat. Let's see, what else we got here? What's your win rating on Landmark versus Landmark Pro, and are there any type of stain resistant or stain fighters in the Landmark or the Landmark Pro?
Yeah, well, especially in North Carolina, all of our shingles there are algae resistant. Okay, meaning we have the copper coated granules that are mixed in with it. So, and it's typically a 10-year warranty on it.
Okay.
And that's pretty similar across manufacturers. In the wind rating, it's 130 miles an hour, and it's pretty standard across the product line. There are some special requirements on coastal areas, but maybe within a couple miles of the coast, and that's mandated by the state or the Department of Insurance on what those people are required. For example, just to kind of to another one of our products, our metal roofing products, there's coastal lines. You can't install certain metal products too close because of the seawater. Well, the same things for shingles. You have to do a little bit different installation when you get in those high wind coastal areas.
Right.
But as far as the Landmark Pro, Landmark Premium, or any of our higher rates, the wind rating is going to be about the same. So.
Well, and even then, I think what you're talking about is the system that the IBHS put in place, which is called Fortified. Yeah. We were one of the first contractors in North Carolina to hold that, to get that certification. So we know a lot about it, and the way that they put those roofs on is quite unique compared to like the regular way you would put a roof on.
Sure.
But it even actually sounds like it meets their standard, which is 130 mile per hour minimum. So
yeah.
So your win rating seems to be right up there with some of the other manufacturers.
And if you think about it,
or the same, I should say.
It is, and a lot of it, is dictated by that insurance. In any insurance code that I've read across the country, it's 130 miles an hour is where they want that wind rating to be. Think about it. Once you get over 130 miles an hour, you got a lot more problems than just shingles blowing off.
Yes, you do. There's a tornado really close to your house, or there's a named storm, a hurricane.
There's going to be rafters buckling and rattling and all kinds of stuff. You're doing a lot more problems than just a couple of shingles blowing off the roof. So,
I could agree with that.
And generally speaking, if installed correctly, they should be fine, again, barring any type of major catastrophic event.
Yeah.
So, cool. Which North Carolina, you guys, I guess where you're at, you kind of got didn't get the brunt of the storm that came through Wilmington. Which hurricane was that?
Florence.
Yeah. Okay. I get them all mixed up.
It did a lot of damage, thousands of homes, but it wasn't like a Fran or something like that, like back in '96.
Yeah. So, and it doesn't hurt that you know those codes, especially when you're working in the inland, because a lot of times you'll get requests or you'll want to do those extra steps to make it that a little bit more wind tight.
So the wind rating's there, the algae resistance is there with the warranty. It's good stuff. What is CertainTeed's 5-year plan for the industry as a whole? Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years with CertainTeed? Not you personally, but CertainTeed as a company.
Well, I think we're gonna, as a company, we're continuing to grow. There's really 3 major manufacturers that are nationwide in the country, and we're one of the 3. Guess who the other 2 are?
Yeah.
We recently, about 5 years ago, built a plant in Jonesburg, Missouri, which is right outside of St. Louis. And that's a 4-wide, huge plant. Still not as big as Oxford, but it's a huge plant. So we've grown there. We've got continual plans to continue building capacity. Because we don't think that the new construction market, the population is still growing.
Yeah.
Now, there has been a little bit of downtick with the baby boomers and people going into multifamily and people being a little bit less resistant to buy homes when they're younger and more rent. But we think that that's more or less going to be there. But there's still the new construction, barring a catastrophic economy event, which may or may not happen. We still think there'll be steady growth in the demand. So capacity, number one. Number two is continue to look at ways to basically Kevlar our product, make it stronger, make it better, make it. We continue to look at installation processes where we can use innovative technology to just make the shingle better and make it more user-friendly.
Right.
I mean, our main goal is for the property owner, is protecting their biggest asset, right? Their home. To make that even better, and two, make it easier on the users like yourself to install, purchase, and just do business with. So I'd like to paint a big euphoric picture, but it's a very steady path. It's not pie in the sky type stuff. We do have some things coming out with SBS technology.
So you guys are doing the SBS.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
We're looking at different stuff right now. We have an SBS product that's mainly in the north. The problem with SBS, it's a softer asphalt, so it doesn't work as well in the higher temp areas. We're working on some different formulations of SBS to make a shingle that's more pliable, that you can basically not necessarily roll up, but it's more pliable and able to use. That also can be installed in the hotter climates as well. So that's kind of the sweet spot of one of the things we're looking at now.
So some R&D there for sure, right? Research and development.
There's plenty of R&D out there.
That's good.
That, and we've always been in the acquisition business, so there's always things to look at. CertainTeed is part of Saint-Gobain, which is a $42 billion-ish company. So we've got the resources that go along with that futuristic, that forward-thinking mentality. So it's a great place to be.
What are your hopes for contractors using CertainTeed, and what should they expect? So let's give an example, like maybe a new guy coming in, that's, and even like ourselves, right? If we were to start carrying the main line, what would be your hopes for that contractor, and what should they expect when doing business with CertainTeed?
So two parts. Number one, when I quote unquote choose, when we work with our partners in the business, and we do see our contractor customers as true business partners, is we expect the ethical treatment of their consumers, just good business conduct. I mean, it sounds very simplistic, but people who do the right thing. CertainTeed is part of a company called the Catalyst Group, which is one of the other vendors. It's a group of like-minded vendors, and one of their themes is do the right thing all the time. And that's what I look for in any contractor that's not trying to cut corners, that really wants to put on a quality product, that not only wants to satisfy customers, that wants to turn their customers into cheerleaders, that will shout their name.
Raving fans.
That'll shout Ready Roofing from the top of the church steeple and do that. In turn, it's undenying product support, undenying educational support. Our master shingle applicator, our quality specialist tests, make sure our help contractors, especially ones starting out, understand the business. It's not just, hey, this shingle, this is how you put it on. It's soup to nuts education on all different types of systems, both the residential, the specialty. You want to know how to put a roof on a turret? On a turret. Somebody's got to, if you're just roofing and you never done it, you've got to figure out how to do that. So
a lot of education there.
A lot of education, and that's really what our credential program is built on. Education and, of course, undenying support.
Right.
You want to know, our credential contractors, if you think about it, when they go and talk to one of their customers, we want them to feel confident that they can go in and say, yes, I am Ready Roofing, and I'm backed by the oldest and largest building products manufacturer in North America.
Right.
And we're confident, they're so confident of us, which we are, that we're able to put our name with yours and vice versa. It's a two-way street.
Yeah, so partnership.
Absolutely. And that's what we look for, that's what we're in for, and that's why we do business.
Anything new coming out, top secret, that maybe you could just say, you know, stick around, just wait till December or something. Is there anything cool, new, and exciting coming out?
We've got
CertainTeed?
We've got all kinds of stuff in R&D. We currently in the commercial market. Our primary line is modified. Now the modified roof, it's a redundant system. Typically, you can put on one layer, but typically on a commercial roof, it's 2 layers, and that still dominates a lot of the low slope market. We're looking at different options. The single ply option's been out there for a while. We're always looking at that type of stuff. That may come down at some point. You never know. And then from a shingle side, like I said earlier, I think it's just tweaks in the technology, tweaks in some of the things. As of now, our landmark shingle is still the heaviest shingle out there.
Yeah.
You stack 7 bundles of CertainTeed landmark up against our nearest competitor. Our bundles like this, not in perspective, ours is like that. Yeah. So we still feel like the best waterproofing agent on the roof is asphalt.
Yeah.
Weathering grade asphalt is what protects the homes, the properties from the climate.
Right.
We've still got the best, the most high quality weathering grade asphalt and the most in there, and that allows us to do some things. Now there's different technologies out there, and but we still feel that's the case, is that's the best system. But there's also ways to tweak that to make it a little bit more, to make it even better than it is now. So as far as a new silver bullet, anything like that, no. But I can tell you that we've got some installer-friendly products that we're working on. Some different designer looks we're looking at. Nothing really that I can, say, hey, it's a new slate look.
Yeah, nothing
or new something like that. But we've constantly got stuff. I'm actually part of the innovation committee for CertainTeed, which we meet on a quarterly basis and look at, okay, what's out there, what's new, what are we doing on, and that's with our R&D department, where we go in and we try to figure out what does the market need, what can we provide that they don't even know that they need yet. So,
and that's the big thing too, is talking about the need for it, right? Mm-hmm. It'd be great to put out some cool new shingle or something like that, but if nobody's going to buy it, well, it really doesn't do any good. Right. So,
and sometimes, like I said, the market doesn't know always what it needs, so we kind of try to look past what's needed right now may not be what's needed 3 years from now, 4 years from now, 5 years from now.
Yeah.
So we try to look at our crystal ball and continually try to, again, make our existing products better, and then figure out what that needs going to be like in the future.
Right.
So,
yeah. Well, I know CertainTeed makes great products. We use them. We don't use them for our main lineup, and that's mainly because we have a relationship with another manufacturer. And honestly, they just got us first, really, to be honest, But I love the Grand Manors, the luxury products. I love the presidentials. They're beautiful shingles.
Absolutely.
And man, they are like heavy, thick. I mean, they're just beautiful. So,
and they're presidential IR in my own house.
Okay, yeah, and the Flint Lastic as well. That's a great product. I've actually installed that product myself, and never had a leak. Which is fantastic.
That's the idea behind it.
We did the 2-ply, the base and then the top. But anyway, I know you guys make good products, so I just wanted to show folks out there, kind of what you guys are doing, what you guys are about as a company. So.
Hey, y'all ain't ready.